from your local news leader, this is KTTC News.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Caitlin Alexander. The House of Representatives is still scrambling to find an agreement as a possible government shutdown looms, with impacts all across the country, including here in southeast Minnesota and northeast Iowa. Let's bring in KTTC's Washington correspondent Peter Zampa. Peter, what movement are we seeing in Washington, if any?
Yeah, Caitlin, well, we are seeing a little bit of movement. Let's start with the House of Representatives. They're the focal point in all of this, specifically Speaker Kevin McCarthy. He still wants to try to pass a continuing resolution, a CR. That's that short-term stopgap funding measure, basically keeping things level for now while we negotiate the larger spending bills, those appropriations bills. Remember, he's dealing with a band of conservative hardliners who say absolutely not to a short-term solution. They say that's usual Washington. We want to do things the right way and slash spending with all those appropriations bills. They're still at odds. Meanwhile, the Senate is moving a little bit. They actually just released text of a CR that is about 79 pages long, could have bipartisan support in the Senate and easily pass, forcing Kevin McCarthy's hand. Now, here's the sticking point. This includes $6 billion in funding for Ukraine and $6 billion in disaster relief. Those two items could be non-starters for those conservatives who say they just want a clean CR. They don't want any new Ukraine funding. This is where it gets difficult for Kevin McCarthy, whose job could be on the line if he plays the wrong card here.
Our Washington correspondent Peter Zampa. Peter, thank you for that report tonight. Let's get a quick check on the weather now here at home with meteorologist Sarah Gannon live on the weather patio. Sarah, a nice enough day here, but just some sprinkles here and there throughout.
Yeah, hey there, Caitlin. We've been staying pretty cloudy here across southeast Minnesota, northeast Iowa for our Tuesday. We did have a little bit of some light rain and some drizzle at the lunch hour, and we've continued to track some of those spotty showers throughout the region. Outside right now, we're looking at quite a bit of cloud cover passing through, maybe a couple breaks here and there, but overall a bit of a gray Tuesday. Here's a look at your future track radar. We continue to watch some isolated to stray rain showers passing through that are brought on by that low pressure system situated just to our southeast. So as it continues to wrap around and exit the region, we're looking at a few more showers on the way for this evening and into Wednesday, looking at maybe a couple stray lingering drizzle spots here for the area. But outside right now, we are looking at some cooler temperatures, many of us into those mid and upper 60s, a couple of low 70s south of the I-90 corridor. Just a bit of a cool day. Dew points, though, staying into the upper 50s and low 60s. Winds are breezy at times, anywhere from around 5 to 15 miles per hour. As we look ahead, though, with your hour-by-hour forecast, we are continuing to track the chance for those off and on spotty showers here this evening. We will look to see some drier conditions later on this week, including a big warm-up and that sunshine to return. So we'll talk about all those details and what you need to know here for the upcoming week and just how those warmer temperatures will play out for the upcoming weekend. Those forecast details and your first alert weather coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Sarah, thank you. Showing Minnesota legislators around Rochester for a look at affordable housing efforts. Several state Senate Housing Committee members visited the Med City today to see how some state funds are being used to help people here at home. KTTC's Matt Rainier was a part of the tour. He's here in the studio tonight to tell us more. Matt.
Caitlin, following the state Senate's recent $1 billion housing bill, senators and their staff were brought to Rochester to show how the city is utilizing these funds to better serve the community. Today's event was a part of a 3-day tour for the senators where they visited a number of sites to learn how the community is taking advantage of the funding from the housing bill, as well as how it's creating a positive impact for these organizations' clients. This bus tour included a housing showing of the Jeremiah program, and afterwards the senators were encouraged by what they were shown.
I think Rochester is an incredible example of how they've been able to build a great foundation, a plan to understand what their community needs, really in conversation with their community. And they did that before the state even really invested a lot of money.
During the bus tour, the senators were also shown a number of individual homes through the Community Land Trust, the Rochester Boys and Girls Club, as well as some planned sheltered projects. I also got the chance to speak with a Rochester City Council member about today's visit, but also to learn that a lot of work still lies ahead for Rochester when it comes to housing. Live in the studio, Matt Rainier, KTTC News.
All right, Matt, thank you. We have an update now on the deadly crash in Fillmore County involving a horse and buggy. We now know the 2 who have died are children. The buggy was carrying 4 kids. 7-year-old Wilma Miller and 11-year-old Irma Miller both died on the scene. According to the Fillmore County Sheriff's Office, a 35-year-old woman from Spring Valley was driving an SUV south on County Road 1 when she hit the horse-drawn Amish buggy. The 2 other kids are still in the hospital with unknown injuries. All 4 victims in the crash are siblings from Stewartville. No arrests have been made at this time, and the investigation is ongoing. There is a GoFundMe page that appears to be for the family of the children. It's already raised more than $19,000. An update on a crash we've been following. A woman hospitalized with life-threatening injuries after a crash on I-90 Monday morning has now passed away. The Minnesota State Patrol reported Monday that 83-year-old Joan Yeatman of La Crosse was driving east on I-90 near Dover when her car rolled. She was taken to Mayo Clinic St. Mary's. Today, the State Patrol says this accident has turned fatal. Additional information is expected to be released this afternoon. A man has barricaded himself inside a North Des Moines motel after allegedly shooting at a Polk County Sheriff's deputy during a traffic stop this morning. A standoff was at Budget Inn and Suites, but has now ended a little more than a mile from 3 different Sadell school buildings. Some Sadell High School students say they were locked out of the building when the district went on lockdown as a precaution. Captain Ryan Evans, a spokesperson for the Polk County Sheriff's Office, said people should avoid the area around Budget Inn.
One of our deputies was conducting a traffic stop, and during that traffic stop, the occupant of the vehicle jumped out, fired a few rounds off at the deputy, and then fled and ended up barricading himself inside this Budget Inn here.
No injuries have been reported. On Friday, United Auto Workers members in the Metro joined dozens of factories across the country in an ongoing labor strike. KTTC's Quinn Gorham was in Plymouth this morning, where the AFL-CIO held a rally to show support.
In the hour or so that I've been here at the Stellantis plant in Plymouth, union members have already turned around one truck that came all the way from Michigan to deliver some parts. That same truck turned around and supposedly honked their horn in solidarity with the members. That speaks to the depth of this strike. And union members say that while this may be a long process, they're dug in for fair contracts. The nationwide UAW strike is against 3 major U.S. auto manufacturers, General Motors, Ford, and Stellantis. Workers at the Plymouth plant joined the strike on Friday and have been picketing around the clock since then. On Tuesday, members of the Minnesota AFL-CIO, including the office's president, showed up to the rally outside the facility. Members from different unions, including the Screen Actors Guild, Minnesota Nurses Association, and United Steelworkers, all came out in support. Alex Tivis, a union member at the Stellantis plant, says he believes the UAW strike and other strikes indicate a trend in the labor market as a whole.
I think that, again, with the support that's coming from a lot of our other locals and other unions across the U.S., I think that this is a struggle that all unions are facing right now in this current economy.
Negotiations are happening at a national level, and while reports indicate there's been progress, the companies in the union are still more than 15% apart on their wage proposal alone. Tuesday's effort also comes as President Biden himself is expected to visit Michigan to stand on the picket line in support of UAW workers there. Reporting in Plymouth, I'm Quinn Gorham.
While the UAW has criticized auto companies for posting record profits, those same companies maintain that rising wages would force them to raise the retail prices of vehicles. Thousands of Mayo Clinic employees got a big thank you today for all of their work. More than 30,000 employees are making their way downtown to take part in Mayo's annual Employee Appreciation event. Dozens of local businesses set up tents to serve food and other fun. There was also live music and trivia with prizes.
We so value our partnerships and our community here in Rochester. Our staff are a big part of this community, and I know they enjoy getting to know more about the businesses here and experiencing them, and the same for the businesses of our staff. And so it's a wonderful opportunity.
The event continues until 8 tonight. Hy-Vee announces its Midwest pharmacies are now offering the updated COVID-19 vaccines for the 2023-24 season. At this time, the updated vaccines are available to those 12 and older. Hy-Vee said updated COVID-19 vaccines for younger age groups will be available at select locations in the coming weeks. The vaccine is formulated to provide protection against more recent virus strains. KTTC called a Rochester location, and they confirmed the vaccines are available here, but by appointment only. You can visit the web version of this story at kttc.com for a link. No one won the Powerball jackpot in last night's drawing, but someone in our area has reason to be happy about the numbers that were drawn. A ticket worth $50,000 was sold in La Crescent. That ticket matched 4 of the first 5 winning numbers, plus the Powerball. The winning numbers in last night's drawing were 50, 10, 36, 22, 12, and the Powerball was 4. It was purchased at the Quick Trip on South 3rd Street. Because the prize is above $10,000, the winner can decide whether to claim the prize publicly or remain anonymous. Meanwhile, we all have a chance to win big. The Powerball jackpot climbs to an estimated $835 million for tomorrow night's drawing, which will be the 4th largest Powerball jackpot. Why experts say now may be the time to rein in your spending, and a recall, but not for a product you might normally think of. Also, Sarah is tracking the second half of your work week in this First Alert forecast coming up. Autumn is officially here, and with the fall and winter holidays quickly approaching, experts say it's a good time to rein in your spending, strengthen your savings, and create a year-end financial plan. In today's Consumer Watch, 3 experts weigh in and offer their tips to start planning ahead now.
The countdown to Halloween, Thanksgiving, and winter holidays is on, and experts say now is a great time to tackle your expenses to avoid a financial holiday hangover.
First and foremost, Christmas happens every year on the same day, so knowing that it's coming, allow yourself the time to prepare.
Here are 3 tips to prepare and make the most of the upcoming season while keeping your budget in check. 1. Plan your shopping and expenses ahead. Decide in advance how much you need for this holiday season and start putting money aside now.
Create a Christmas or a holiday sinking fund so that you're earmarking money that's specifically designated for the holidays and you're not forced to dip into your emergency fund.
Tip number 2, audit your spending. Look carefully at your typical monthly spending, checking for areas where you can cut back now to better manage any additional spending you want to do later.
So you want to be able to have your ducks in a row. You want to have your finances organized. You want to have cash on hand.
And tip number 3, if you're planning to travel, book early and consider international destinations. With one travel expert saying some overseas flights may be cheaper than domestic options.
There's just going to be a lot more deals on flights to Europe, a lot more deals on flights within Europe, deals on hotels in Europe going forward into the fall, into the winter, and beyond.
For Consumer Watch, I'm Cole Higgins.
The company Make Believe Ideas is recalling about 260,000 children's books, including Old MacDonald Had a Farm, due to a choking hazard for young kids. According to the Consumer Product Safety Commission, the recall covers 7 books under the Rainbow Road series board books. The plastic binding rings can detach from the books and cause a choking hazard. In addition to the roughly 260,000 units in the U.S., the recall also covers about 12,000 in Canada. The company got 2 reports of the plastic rings detaching in the U.S. and 1 in Australia. No injuries were reported. The books were sold individually and in a 4-count book box at Target, Barnes & Noble, Sam's Club, and other stores across the U.S. They were also sold online. Former Trump attorney Rudy Giuliani is the latest target in a string of lawsuits from Hunter Biden. The son of President Joe Biden is suing the former New York City mayor and another attorney, Robert Costello, for alleged violations of computer fraud and data access related to a laptop Biden is said to have left at a Delaware repair shop. Today's filing says Giuliani and Costello, quote, dedicated an extraordinary amount of time and energy, end quote, to hacking into and obsessing over data from Biden's devices, including the laptop. It adds that the data was also manipulated, altered, and damaged, but does not say how this occurred. Biden is seeking more than $75,000 in damages.
Here's your First Alert weather with meteorologist Sarah Gannon.
Well, Sarah, every drop of rain that falls, I'm grateful for it.
I know. I've never been so excited for a forecast except for this weekend.
Yeah,
had
it's been just such a dry summer.
Yes, it has. So those multiple inches that we've been getting has been some great news, and this low pressure system just continuing to slowly move throughout the area, so that is bringing a little bit more rainfall. So this is between yesterday here and into this morning, some rainfall amounts across the area, heaviest amounts over towards the riverside. So you'll notice Lake City, Tileman, nearing that 1.5 inch mark there. But folks towards Caledonia, Kellogg, they're right about that 1/2 inch mark. So a nice little array there of some rainfall amounts. And you'll notice when we look at kind of our area-wide map, the heaviest there really staying along the Mississippi Riverside over towards the Winona area, Lake City, throughout Wabasha County, up towards the Red Wing area, and even down towards Decorah and over towards Alma-Key County. So not too much here in the recent hours in the Rochester area, even towards Austin, Albert Lee, but certainly along the riverside where more of those heavier bands have set up. So we're still tracking a few rain showers out there, and as we take a live look here at your Lewis Nada live camera, you'll notice some haziness there in the distance, rain falling, a little wet there on Bandle Road there. As we can see, we're tracking more of those rain showers here for this evening. Keep that umbrella handy if you do have to head outside, at least even for a little bit. But temperatures area wide hanging out into those mid to upper 60s. Low 70s there towards Austin. We are looking at some winds ranging anywhere from around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Spotty showers will continue as this low pressure system still circulates around just to our south. We are looking at some rain showers stretching throughout parts of Wabasha or Winona County, throughout Fillmore County, down towards the Decorah area. Starting to see a few more showers moving throughout parts of Olmsted County. So you'll notice these rain showers pushing to the west. It's not typically what we see here in southeast Minnesota. We normally see our rain events and weather activities going from west to east. In this case, it's because of that low pressure system. So that center of that low now just to our southeast, and the low pressure systems rotate counterclockwise. So that's why we're seeing these rain bands moving from east to west. So the system slowly moving out of the area, bringing those remaining rain showers to the area, but we do have high pressure building in off to our west towards the Dakotas that will gradually move in as we head towards late Wednesday and into Thursday. So still a few more on and off showers on the way for tonight, a couple stray showers lingering for your Wednesday. More sunshine though, and much warmer temperatures are on the way by the late week. So let's time things out. A few more showers expected here for this evening as that low pressure system continues to circulate around. Then as we head towards Wednesday morning, a few spotty showers possible, mainly during the afternoon time, but keep that umbrella handy just in case when you have to step outside tomorrow. We'll look to see high temperatures still seasonably cool there into those mid 60s. Then as we head towards Thursday, we'll gradually start to see those temperatures warming, moving towards about those 70s. So here's a look at your temperature trend, and we'll be seeing some big differences here the next couple of days. Notice tomorrow we stay into those mid 60s. Okay, seasonal, we're doing all right. Then by Thursday, low 70s. All right, still relatively on par. Then as we head towards Saturday, Sunday, even Monday, check it out. Temperatures still looking to trend towards those low 80s there for the area. So big warm up is on the way, and we're still seeing quite a bit of changing here with our fall colors. So if you are looking to check things out here across the state this weekend, should be some good conditions to get outside and check out some of those fall colors. So you'll notice towards about 50-75% starting to move in through parts of the northern part of the state, even down towards about Fillmore County there, Mower County, excuse me, here in southeast Minnesota. But still a good chunk of the region, anywhere from around that 10-25%, even up towards about 50% on the higher side. So some good conditions are ahead for this weekend if you do want to check out those fall colors. Yes, for tonight, we'll see temperatures cooling back towards about those mid to upper 50s. A few spotty showers will remain with those cloudy skies. As for tomorrow, a couple stray showers there possible as that low pressure system finally moves out of the area. Looking to see highs tomorrow in towards about those mid to upper 60s, a couple low 70s possible in our warmer spots. Here's a look at that 7-day forecast. A few stray showers there for your Wednesday. Sunshine looking to return later in the day for Thursday. Highs climbing towards those low 80s as we head towards Sunday, Saturday, and Sunday. We'll be right back.
KTTC weather brought.
Right now, the government takes on Amazon. Details of a lawsuit accusing Amazon of using its market power to harm both sellers and consumers. Also, we look at why it's becoming harder to find a primary care doctor when we see you on Nightly News.
If your eyes are itchy or your nose is runny, ragweed and mold spores may be the culprits. In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither has tips from a Mayo Clinic doctor to tackle autumn allergies.
It's that time of year again. The air is crisp, the leaves will fall, and autumn allergies may act up.
Things like stuffy nose, drippy nose, sneezing, itching of the nose, or maybe itching, redness of the eyes.
Allergist Matthew Rank with Mayo Clinic says allergens floating in fall air can also trigger asthma symptoms, but there are ways to gain control. Rank says to first try saline nasal sprays or rinses, over-the-counter non-sedating antihistamines, and nasal spray medications.
Each of those medicines works a little bit differently as far as how fast they work and how well they work. And some of them, particularly the nasal steroid sprays, it's a really good idea to think about 2 to 4 weeks ahead of when your allergy season typically is and getting it started.
If symptoms can't be controlled, Rank says it's time to see an allergy specialist who can work on other treatment options to help desensitize you to the allergens or find out what's causing the problem.
People that lose their sense of smell. This can happen from somebody who has severe environmental allergy, but that could be a sign that something else is going on.
Rank says the National Allergy Bureau website can also help.
And you can pick a counting station where they actually count the pollens close to where you live, and you can get some idea what's in the air currently.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Dr. Rank says anyone having asthma attacks leading to emergency room or hospital visits or requiring the use of a lot of rescue treatments should go see their allergy specialist too. We'll be right back.
Value is your destination for high-quality, affordable blinds, shades, and more.
All right, Caitlin, it's time to break out those nuggets. New sauces are coming to McDonald's next month.
Sarah's very, very favorite. The popular fast food chain says for a limited time it's adding 2 more of its dipping sauce to the sauce lineup. The first new addition is a sweet and spicy jam. McDonald's describes it as a jammy red pepper sauce with a tongue-numbing Szechuan peppercorn kick and extra heat from cayenne pepper. It's the first ever breakfast-inspired dipping sauce to be served at McDonald's in the U.S. The second is called Mambo sauce. It's inspired by a tomato-based sweet, spicy, and vinegary sauce popular in Washington, D.C. McDonald's has partnered with chefs and influencers to show off what the new sauces can be paired with. You can try the new sauces for yourself at McDonald's nationwide starting October 9th. Do either of those tickle your fancy?
No.
No?
They both sound like slight adjustments to make ketchup fancy.
I'm probably just, a ketchup girl too. No shame in that. No shame in sticking with the classic.
Ketchup is a classic. That's probably my fave.
So let's get one last check on that forecast.
Yeah, one last look at that 7-day forecast. We're still tracking a few straight isolated showers here for this evening into your Wednesday. Just a couple remaining sprinkles possible, but sunshine and 70s back in the area Thursday. Check it out by the weekend. Gorgeous sunshine and low 80s possible in the area. It'll be a warm one.
Looking forward to it.